Hey, my friend, let's talk about 5 things that digital online marketer people can learn from local service companies. I think it's fascinating. We can learn from each other. I made another video that was the opposite of this, but it's a two-way street. You know, I have my foot in two worlds, right? Because on the one hand, I have software and coaching companies, and we have e-commerce business. We have all this stuff internet-y. And then over here, I come from blue-collar, dirt under your fingernail business, which is local businesses. So, and by the way, this is the War Plan Briefing. This is where I try to help you go faster. And, you know, my target audience is a small family business that loves God, family, country, and capitalism. If that's you, high five, you're my people. Here's the thing. Sometimes in the business guru world, everybody's talking about growth and you got to make $10 million and you got to get your 2 Comma Club award. And it becomes this very, very money-centric thing, right? And so if you look at the top titles of a lot of these YouTube videos, it's how to become a millionaire, how to make $1 jillion, how to make 5 minutes and how to work 5 minutes and make 5 million. And everything's like trade nothing in exchange for everything. And you know, I think we know that that's not how it actually works, but because we want it to be true really bad, we still click and we keep consuming these things. And if there's one group out of these 2 groups I'm talking about that does that more, it's definitely the online marketers. They are living in fantasy, chase the rainbow land, trying to have their 5-hour work week more commonly, not always, but more commonly than someone who has to get up and face their customers face to face, someone who has a local employee that they have to deal with face to face, right? There are other realities happening for a local business, other pressures, and they're good things that sometimes an online marketer doesn't have to deal with, right? The first thing is that local businesses, if they want to succeed at all, they are forced to put people first. And it's a good thing. You need to have the right culture. You need to pour into your employees. You got to remember that for a lot of you guys, your small business is your ministry, right? You don't have to be a preacher. You don't have to travel to Peru and feed the orphans. There's people that should do that, but maybe your purpose in life is to mentor and pour into the people on your team. It's a life-changing, gigantic deal. Not everything's about making $27 million. And I love learning that game, and I think it's awesome, but people first is something that I notice much more prevalent, is much more prevalent with local business owners. I love these little businesses, and the guy's been doing it for 40 years. And he doesn't care about stacking his offer. He's not trying to be more persuasive. He's just a good man that does a great job. He does right by people when no one's looking, right? These people are salt of the earth. And I think in our pursuit of riches and glory, we forget how much wisdom this guy has. This guy has more wisdom in his pinky than most, $1 million earners do on the internet. And there's reasons for it. So I don't think we need to put pressure on him to level up. We have to put pressure on ourselves to level up. You're chasing the bag, you're chasing the money. This guy over here goes and repairs the toilet because he's a plumber, and he doesn't charge Bertha because she's on a fixed income, and no one even knows that he did that. Now, that's not a good business model in general at scale, but there's lessons in this about thinking long-term, putting people first, and I think it's a huge thing. I want you to ask yourself if you treat your virtual assistants like this guy does with his customers and his in-person team, because we need to do that. We need to put people first. Good things happen on the back end of that, and it's good life advice. The second lesson we can learn is about acquisitions. So I see this happening more on the internet, mostly just with e-commerce, but you can buy stuff. You can grow your business through marketing, but you can also grow your business through acquisitions. Local businesses all over America are starting to catch on to this trend. Private equity and Wall Street money is moving to Main Street, and it's gobbling up businesses everywhere. And there's also more businesses than ever buying their competitors out. They're figuring it out, how to do creative financing structures and how to value a company, right? How to use debt or an owner note to buy companies. And it's awesome. It's a huge shortcut in a lot of cases, but a lot of online marketers don't think like that. And by the way, you don't just have to buy other companies. If you're an online marketer, you can buy access to communities. A friend of mine bought a Facebook group, which I think actually violates their terms of service, but they don't know. And it still happened because he's buying attention. He's buying eyeballs. And so, you might run Facebook ads to grow your business over here, but there's other things you can do by buying media assets, subsets, groups, or buying other existing companies entirely that have your perfect avatar, and then you can mix and match the things that you sell. There's so much that can happen with that, and I think, especially if you're not making a lot of money yet digitally, you dismiss it as something only the big boys can do, and it's absolutely not true. There are more mom and pop local businesses selling and buying and consolidating, doing roll-ups than ever. It's like a thing. There's massive money to be made, and if they can do it over here on Main Street, you can do that on the internet. The next lesson is about how you need to build a better mousetrap. So online marketers sometimes are trying to basically invent the next new amazing thing to sell. And it's really not necessary, and it's actually risky. If you ever notice on Shark Tank, a lot of the people that go on that show, the reason they do not get a deal is because they built something that the public isn't already aware that they need. Right? So if you build a product, even if it's amazing, but no one has ever heard of it, but also they don't even know why they should need it, if that's true, even though your product's amazing, it's going to be so expensive for you to educate the whole market that you'll run out of money before you can make a profit. And it's a way higher risk profile on the investment, right? So I see a lot of online marketers trying these harebrained things, or what they do is they ride trends. Local businesses don't ride trends. The plumber and the electrician and the hairdresser and the restaurant and the brewery, they're playing a different game. And the marketers over here are trying to make a buck instead of building a business. You need to build a better mousetrap. Here's what I mean by that. A local business that builds a reputation for being the best steakhouse, period, or they're the best cleaning company, period. It becomes irrefutable because of small microsystems and changes and optimizations and good leadership and playing the long game. They become a machine that you can't compete with over here. Because they do that, they get rich. They get really rich. I think there's a lot of arrogance with online marketers too, not understanding that lots and lots of people have millions in liquid cash because they dig ditches and they mow lawns. And did you know that? Okay, you should know that, because there's way more broke digital marketers than there are broke local service business owners. But anyway, I digress. You want to enter a market where there's already transactions happening, but offer a better solution, a much better, an improved, more streamlined, more cost-effective, more leveraged solution. You don't have to invent a category of a thing to sell. You need to enter a good, healthy market and be better. Actually answer your phone, actually reply by email, have a live chat on your website, do the little things that are hard that everyone else wants to avoid, and you will win. You will dominate. Word will get out. Over a long enough time period, you become inevitable and irrefutable. So the next lesson is the focus that local business owners have on their community. So, there's two types of people. There's givers and there's takers. All of us are a combination, but there's certain people that are distinctly givers. I mean, their cup runneth over. They are giving more value to everybody else than they ever take all the time. That's the way that they live, and they crush it. And then there's takers, people that are constantly trying to get something for free. I think it's interesting online how many course piracy sites there are and things. Someone can build an information product. Let's say someone had a company for 10 years and they sell a course on every single thing they did to get their weird company thing to work. And people don't want to buy it. They want to steal it, right? And they're takers. They have a takers mentality. And so when you're looking at the online community of people like you, or you're looking locally at the local community, I think local businesses do a way better job giving, pouring back into their community, being involved in their community, because when you're sponsoring the T-ball team and you go hang up your banner at the T-ball field where all the parents are there and you're shaking hands in real life, it's a different vibe than you get on the internet. And one of the bad things about the internet is how it really unconnects us emotionally. And we start thinking that humans are clicks and traffic and data on a website, and they're not. They're humans. But if you're smart, you will build a real community and real relationships in this world over here. You'll go way faster. You'll make way more money. It's like a hedge of protection for your business. Lean into community over here, just like the local real estate agent would at the Chamber of Commerce meeting over here. And last but not least, reviews. It's kind of a simple one to end on, but it's true. Local business owners live and die by reviews. It's like a non-negotiable essential thing, right? And so when they're Googling, I need my plumber in Macon, Georgia, the list of people pop up. It's a short list. It's very competitive to get in that top 3 or 5 spots. And the one with the most reviews gets 80% of the calls. It's like how it works. And online, because we're changing all the time and we're not thinking about it like this, we're not focused on it enough. There are so many simple things you can do to get more reviews, and better yet, testimonials, because those are not the same thing, to improve your business over here. So if you are a digital marketer, or you sell something, e-com, or you're doing something, I hope some of this added value to you. And if you're a local business owner, I hope it edified you that you're a baller and that you have massive value to add to the world. And you are the backbone of the American economy, to be frank. And I appreciate you. I love you. Like, comment, share this, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you watched, click the video on the left to watch the previous upload. And if you want one of my personal favorites, click the video on the right. And of course, don't forget to hit the middle to subscribe so you never miss an upload. Thank you again for being on this journey with me.